And I love for you to kind of provide your research as far as saying daily actions, what percentage of those are habitual?
That was actually one of the first questions we started with when way back when we started this research program. And because, as I said, people can't introspect about their habits. We couldn't really ask people how much of your behavior is habitual. Most of us don't know. We don't think about it that way. So what we did is we used a technique of pinging people once an hour. We did this for several days. We asked people, what are you thinking about right now? What are you doing? And how often have you done this in this context in the past? And what we found is that about 40% of the time, people are repeating behaviors that they do almost every day in a particular context, and they're thinking about something other than what they're doing when they're engaged in the behavior. And that was really surprising because it suggests that a large proportion of our day runs off with us just sort of responding to familiar environmental cues and not actually thinking and making decisions about what we're doing. The thing is that because habits build up over time as we repeat behavior, most of our habits are what we would do anyway if we were thinking about it. So if you all of a sudden become aware that you are acting habitually, we can explain it very easily. So it most of the time it makes sense to us because it meets our current goals. It's the bad habits, it's the habits that don't meet our current goals that we're most aware of. And those are the ones, when I ask people, those are the ones that people report, oh, yeah, that's a habit. Let me give you an example of how unaware we are of our habits. And that has to do with typing. Most of us are really pretty good at typing on a keyboard, right? We think of a word, we read a word, we can type it without having to think much about what we're doing. So we're responding habitually and we're responding very quickly. But if I ask you to list the keys on the second row of your keyboard, you probably would have more trouble doing that. And that just shows the disconnect between what we know about our behavior and the habits that actually drive our behavior.